Hello everybody, my name is Ainsley and welcome to my channel. This will be my first video on my Booktube channel, and since it's my first video, I thought it appropriate to do the Booktube newbie tag. So I hope this video helps you get to know me and why I started this channel, as well as my reading a little bit better. So for the first question, it's why did you start this channel? So I started this channel because I love reading, obviously, and I wanted to talk about my love of reading with others, and I think my family and in-person friends are tired of hearing me talk about books, especially since none of them read, so they don't really understand quite what I'm saying, and I think it'd just be more fun for me to talk to people who actually have read those books or enjoy reading. So the second question is, what are some fun and unique things you can bring to Booktube? So I don't really know what fun and unique things I can bring to Booktube, but I think that everybody has a different experience with reading and enjoys different types of books and has different opinions about those books. So I can bring my thoughts on the books, which may be similar to yours or maybe different. And if they are different, maybe hopefully you just like my personality a bit and hope to stay, because I know that's the case for me, where sometimes I don't like the same things that other booktubers read, but I still enjoy their content because I enjoy them and their personality. The next question is, what are you most excited about this new channel? I am excited about being able to talk about books, which might seem like a generic answer, but it's the one I have, and it's like something I really want to do. I just always love talking about books and things I enjoy and my passions, and reading is one of my passions. So I think that's the most exciting thing for me personally about this channel, is to be able to express my love of reading and express my joy of reading to others. Fittingly, the next question is, why do you love reading? And I think that's a hard one because, I don't know, there's just so much I love about reading, and it's kind of hard for me personally to put it down into one answer, but I guess it would be because I love exploring new worlds, and reading helps me be able to use my imagination, and I have a pretty strong imagination, so it's one of those things where I read and I get to be able to imagine the characters, imagine the setting, and because I love to read fantasy and sci-fi, it kind of takes me to those new worlds and takes me to characters that I wouldn't really experience in everyday life. When did you start reading? I started reading around 9, so I was pretty young. In school, when I was growing up, I was known as the nerdy kid because I loved reading, and I would read all the time. Whenever we had free time, I would read. In high school, you could often see me in the library reading while I ate my lunch. I loved one of my teachers, well, not really one. In elementary school, we had this thing called Dear, Drop Everything and Read, where the teacher would just tell everybody, Dear, and then we had to drop everything and pick up a book and read, and that was my favorite time ever in school because you just had an excuse to read. What book or series got you into reading? So the Percy Jackson series was the first book I read on my own. Before that, I read books like the Puppy Place series or Rainbow Fairies with my parents, but Percy Jackson was the first one that I actually read on my own without my parent or without an adult. I didn't really enjoy reading when I was younger, before 9, and I think that was because I didn't really find books that I felt interacted with my interests, and when I was 9, I was really interested in Greek mythology, so I found Percy Jackson, and it was this eye-opening moment where I realized, oh, I can actually enjoy reading enjoy books that aren't being read to me, or I'm not reading with my parents. What questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? Ooh, I think I would ask them if they have any feedback on my video, this video. That's the first thing, how can I improve my filming setup, how can I improve I don't know, my cadence, how I'm interacting with the camera, all that stuff. I would also like to ask, though, this is very important to me, how they read so much, because I know some of them, full-time job is Booktube, and that's great, but some of them have, jobs outside of Booktube, and that's kind of, what I want to do. I'm going to school soon, I'm going to uni soon, and I want to learn how to be able to have that balance between studying and doing school, but also being able to read and keeping my hobby. What challenges do you think starting a Booktube channel would be the hardest to overcome? I think for me personally, that would be consistently uploading, finding time to film and edit my videos since I'm about to start college for Americans, And I think it could be difficult to find time in uni for my passions, and that's not just reading. That I'm very passionate about sewing, and I'm very passionate about like different crafts and all that, and so I think that would be the most difficult thing for me personally. To like, my biggest challenge is to find time for reading, and then finding time to film these videos. I also think a big challenge for me is overcoming my shyness. I'm not particularly camera shy, I'm just shy in general. So I think that would be like kind of difficult for me. But again, I am very passionate about reading, and I know that I'm very comfortable talking about my passions. So hopefully I can overcome that shyness and be able to talk to you about my joys of reading. So where do I read? I read most of my physical books in my bed, or I have this chair in my room that I also like to read, or sometimes the living room in that area if no one's there though, because if my family's there or they're watching TV, I don't like to read there. For audiobooks, because I read a lot of audiobooks, I like to do that while working out, going for a walk or sewing. I think those are great activities to read an audiobook with. I don't really like to just sit and read an audiobook. I like to do something else while I'm reading the audiobook, but then it helps me be more productive because then I get to do something else and get like something else I really want done while I'm reading the audiobook. So I get kind of like two things out of it. The last question is, what kind of books do you like to read? And I like to read most types of books actually. I like sci-fi, I like fantasy, I like fiction, I like YA fantasy, YA fiction, all that stuff. I am pretty good about reading most genres. If it's something like I feel the pitch of the book is something that I find really interesting, then it's something that I will read. The only like types of books I know I definitely do not like are self-help books and romance books and maybe some memoirs for nonfiction. But other than that, I'm pretty good about reading most books. And I think that's because I just want to read and explore new worlds and learn new things and all that. So I hope this video was informative to you to learn a bit more about me. And if you are also a Booktube newbie, feel free to comment down below, interact. I'd love to talk to you. Yeah, just give me your thoughts in general. What do you think? Like, do you have any book recommendations for me based on what I've told you? Or is there anything else you want to learn about me? Feel free to ask those questions. Okay, thank you everybody. Goodbye.